While tracking the breaking news of the hour, Hamas said on Friday that it would agree to some aspects of US President Donald Trump's plan to end the Gaza war, including releasing hostages and handing over administration of the enclave, but it also said that it would seek negotiations over many of its terms. Now, breaking news coming in at this point in time, Hamas has agreed to parts of Donald Trump's Gaza plan. Remember that Donald Trump had put an ultimatum on Hamas, and owing to which Hamas has in fact responded, saying that it agrees to portions of US President Donald Trump's plan to end the Gaza war. Now, this includes releasing hostages and handing over administration of the enclave, but Hamas has also said that it seeks negotiations over many of the other terms mentioned in the plan. Important to understand that Hamas has issued its response to Donald Trump's 20-point plan after the US president gave the Palestinian militant group until Sunday to accept or reject the proposal. Now, Trump has not said whether the terms would be subject to negotiation, as Hamas is seeking, but it's important to understand that Hamas did not say whether it would agree to a stipulation that it would disarm, a demand by Israel and the United States that it previously rejected. Now, in a statement, Hamas has said that it appreciates the Arab, Islamic and international efforts, as well as efforts of US President Donald Trump calling for an end of the war on the Gaza Strip, the exchange of prisoners and the immediate entry of aid, among other terms. Well, on this, we have my colleague Ghazali joining us on the telecast. Now, Ghazali, walk us through the terms. What exactly has Hamas said, and has there been any response from the White House?
Seems that the pressure which was building up not just on Hamas but the Israeli government as well to bring the hostages back has worked after the warning from US President Mr. Donald Trump, who had said that by Sunday evening, if Hamas doesn't respond, then all hell will break loose. And perhaps after having run out of options, the Hamas has decided that it will release the hostages. But the statement issued by Hamas also appears to be a bit ambiguous, because there are some of the conditions which were laid out in the peace plan by Trump, on which Hamas has said that it wants more clarification, or they want to enter into negotiations. And that is why the mediator countries like Qatar, Egypt, Turkey, they all have roped in, have conveyed to Hamas that they are up for negotiations. And that is why a clear response has come from Mr. Trump as well. He has also issued a video statement saying that the priority right now is to get the hostages back, and also urged Israel to stop bombing Gaza. This is for the first time that US President has asked Israeli government to stop bombing Gaza, because if the aerial strikes continue into Gaza, bringing out hostages will be tough, is what Mr. Trump put out on his Truth Social account. But ground reports suggest that despite being around 2 or 3 hours since these statements came out from White House and Mr. Trump, Israel has intensified bombing in the Gaza Strip, and they're all waiting that what will be Israel's response. Israeli Prime Minister office has also issued a statement just a short while back that the Prime Minister has said that they're working on how to get the hostages back. That is the first part of the peace plan from Mr. Trump.
Right, Ghazali, and also help us understand what are some of the terms that Hamas has left to ambiguity. Like you mentioned that on several things they have agreed, sort of completely, but there are other things on which it's asking for negotiations. Walk us through the terms. What exactly are the terms that were laid by Donald Trump on which Hamas seeks negotiations?
See, there are two main issues on which Hamas has not clarified its own position and is seeking a negotiation with US administration as well as with Israel. One, that what will happen to the demilitarizing plan of Gaza, or Hamas being asked to lay down their arms. Hamas, the entire raison d'etre or the existence of Hamas depends upon how to carry out a struggle, how to get the Gaza Strip deoccupied or to get the occupation over. Now, if they lay down their arms, their entire purpose, their entire existence will take a big hit. Their following, or whatever their political motives or military motives are there in the Gaza Strip, will certainly take a hit. And they have not clarified whether they agree to Trump's peace proposal on one of these key proposals, whether they will lay down their arms or not. Second proposal or second issue on which Hamas has shown their reservation is about who will govern Gaza. They say that they will hand it over to the Palestinian Authority, the government which is ruling West Bank, part of the Palestinian state, but they have also expressed that they should also be consulted in the group discussion, in the group which will be dealing with the post-war situation in Gaza, whether it is the Arab countries which will be sending a temporary force to clear out all the Gaza Strip to sort of govern the Gaza Strip, but Hamas says that they also want to be part of that discussion.
Right, absolutely, Ghazali. You also mentioned that there has been a response from the White House, and specifically Donald Trump, who issued a video message. Let's quickly listen into what the US president had to say.
हो गया
This together. Qatar, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, and so many others. So many people fought so hard. This is a big day. We'll see how it all turns out. We have to get the final word down in concrete. Very importantly, I look forward to having the hostages come home to their parents and having some of the hostages, unfortunately, you know the condition they're in, come home likewise to their parents, because their parents wanted them just as much as though that young man or young woman were alive. So I just want to let you know that this is a very special day, maybe unprecedented in many ways. It is unprecedented, but thank you all, and thank you all to those great countries that helped. We were given a tremendous amount of help. Everybody was unified in wanting this war to end and seeing peace in the Middle East, and we're very close to achieving that. Thank you all, and everybody will be treated fairly.